Hi guys, and welcome back to my channel. I kind of realised I'd never done like introductory stuff when it came to my channel and to Dublin. And something I get asked quite a lot is like what I feed, because a lot of people are aware that I am a brand ambassador for Blue Chip Feed, and I have been for the past 2 years. I was feeding it for 4 years prior to working with them. And then yeah, I've been a brand ambassador for about 2 years now. So I do get a lot of questions about sort of like what I feed Dublin. So I thought it would be quite a good video to do. I also do a lot of like natural foraging and feeding natural supplements because they're free and they are out there. So I'm gonna like show you what we do with that. I'll start the feed room tour and then we'll get into it. So part of when we were doing up our yard, we fixed all these doors on this building. It's just the one here that's by the stables. My stable's being rebuilt, we'll ignore that. So this is just like a little building. That's just a storeroom, and then we made this into our feed room. So yeah, we painted the doors. These are actually Dublin shoes, and we spray painted them like rose pink. So that's cute. But let's go. Feed room. Now, this also is still in the midst of being done up. A very cool trick I saw from a friend is that she wraps her feed bags around the outside. So in here is my blue chip. When I get a new bag, I'm going to keep it. Normally I recycle the bags because they're all paper. But yeah, I'm going to keep one. This is all Jordan's stuff. And then we sort of share this area here. So we've got all the feeds for each horse, because if anything ever happens and I've got to look after the girls or Jordan's got to look after Dublin, it's all there. We will approach this in a minute, but this is part of like the natural foraging that we do. We've just got our calendar, and then we've just got all the spare tubs and a bin. This is our fresh water, and then we just, you know, like add a scoop in to the feed of water, all Jordan's, and then again, we share this shelving unit here, my feed bowl and my 2 feed bins, and then we've just got those bits up there. So that is the feed room. So I apologise for the light. It is a very old building. It's not very like high up, but it's nice. It stays really cool in here as well. So it's a really, really good little feed room. But let's actually start with what we feed Dublin. So it's September now, and Dublin is still being fed the kind of like things she'd get fed in the summer. She holds weight so well. She is that definition of she only needs to look at the grass and she puts weight on. So even though we're going into winter, she's still currently on her summer feed, as you like. Everyone will tell you all feeds forage based. Forage, forage, forage. So this is just a veteran chaff. We got more information on the side here. So it's the Molly Chaff brand. It's the one dedicated for the veterans. It basically just has all the oils and all that sort of stuff. And I know people are going to say, oh, but that's fattening because for the veterans you want to put the weight on. It is, but it's just the one that I find has been best for her. She's been on all the other type of ones before, and I find that I have to feed a bit more of the mix or nuts. And this balance for me just works. It's just been absolutely amazing. It's sort of a little bit oily to touch. It feels like a touch, but it is just chaff. There's nothing else in that one. So that's that. Oh, and she has the important bit. In the summer, she's literally getting like a clump like that in her summer feed. And then the important bit, she's on the low calorie balancer. So this is a product that was brought out by Blue Chip not too long ago, actually. If I can open the lid. So this is a product that Blue Chip haven't had out for ages. It's a pellet-based supplement. It's known as one of their balancers. Blue Chip are kind of known for their balancers, so they do loads of different ranges that come in these tubs. And then once you have your tub, you keep the tub and you get the refill bags. I haven't got a refill bag here to show you, which is a shame, but the bag basically refills the tub for you. And every day she's just having one level scoop like this, and that's all she needs because it's got everything in it. And as it says on the top here, It's like a fat burning, non-heating, no added sugar. It's just got all the vitamins and minerals that she needs without adding any weight or any heat, anything like that, because like I said, she looks at the grass and she gets fat. Now, the levels of what you should feed are on the tub, but I find for her that actually I can sort of do 1 scoop a day when she's just in sort of basic work, and then if I up her work, she'll get the 2 scoops a day. And it's brilliant because as a veteran, I don't particularly want to just stop feeding her because she's, you know, carrying weight, because at her age I want her to still be getting all the nutrients and the goodness that she needs. So it just means that I can do that without worrying about the weight, and then I just add the forage to help make it more palatable and better on the gut. Talking of gut, BDI, people may have noticed this. I know it's not a blue chip product, but this is because I was given it actually to try. Now, I don't feed it every day. I only tend to give her a scoop of this if we get a shoot through of grass, or if I go onto a fresh haylage bale. I find that if I go on to the new bale, she gets a little bit of runny bum. So I'll just pop a scoop of that into her feed for 1 or 2 days and it solves it. And then over here I have electrolytes. These are just something I use. I don't feed them every day. I feed them every day in the hot weather. But this type of year, she'll wean off of it now, and I only give it to her really if she's worked hard or worked up a sweat. This, woo, this should be spirulina, but I ran out and I haven't done, yes, I use sweet tubs by the way. I haven't done a refill, but spirulina is something you can get on Amazon. It's a natural based product. People use it to put in their smoothies. It stains your fingers though. It's an absolute nightmare. But it's all like, it's algae, but it's really, really good for breathing, and for like your blood. So she gets a little bit of that most of the time when I remember to top it up. On to our favourite supplement, and not just because it's blue chip, but because it's an absolute lifesaver, and that is the joint relief. I say joint relief, joint RLF, joint relief. When she's due her hock injections, or basically any time, if I stop this, then I'm well aware I've stopped. She gets a bit stiffer. She's 22 now. And this is just an absolute godsend. She only has, will it focus on that? Ooh, she has 15 mil in the morning and 15 mil at night. So it just sort of keeps her ticking over really, but it's been really, really good. I've got a few there, which is nice. So yeah, she's getting 15 mil of that in the morning and 15 at night because she needs 30 mil a day. Yeah, there's that one. Now, again, with her being older, in the winter, she will very quickly drop off weight. It normally happens around November time when it really, really starts to get cold. So at around middle of October, I'll start weaning her off of the low calorie and on to the original. So this feed is the one that comes in the bigger bags. I'll try and put pictures up. This is just the blue chip original. I've got a little scoop, and basically it's small pellet based again, and she just needs that, and she has about that much, so 3/4 fill. On the side it says 0.5, so it's that much. She'll have that twice a day, so 2 of those, morning and night. And it's just, yeah, it's just a pellet based original balancer. But I find this feed, the first time she lost weight due to being a veteran, I think it's in 2018, and she did just suddenly, I just took her rug off one day and she was ribby as hell, and I panicked. I'd already been feeding different blue chip products, but I actually rang blue chip straight away, and that's kind of what started our relationship, I think. I rang them and just was like, oh my god, can you help? This has happened, she is getting older, I don't know what to do. And oh my god, Anna was amazing. She just like spent ages on the phone with me, went through it all, and we put her onto the original, and it's just been a godsend. I still don't have to feed her loads because she will put weight on if you were to feed her loads, but it's a based feed that she's just getting everything that she needs, and it keeps her looking so good. I'll try and set a picture of her in the winter if I've got a nice one. And it just kept all of her top line, it just kept the weight on her. She wasn't fat, So yeah, it's just been an absolute godsend, and I'm just too scared to move away from blue chip now, and I've got no need to. So that's basically all she's having in the winter. She'll also get like a little bit more chaff, just to bulk it out. Okay, so we're over to our, I don't know, feeding station. And this is where all the freebies come in. So the biggest one, can you see in here? Stinging nettles. So we pick stinging nettles, trim them off with scissors, keep them for a few days until they dry and they lose their sting, and then you can feed them. And these are amazing to give shiny coats. They're really good for iron, so it's really good for their blood. We just simply keep trimming them off all throughout the summer, let them dry out. We normally have 2 tubs so that, you know, one's got fresh and one's got the usable stuff in it, but we just run out. So this is a fresh batch. This will be ready. I picked it today, so today is Friday. This will be ready by Monday, and we can start giving it again. So yeah, all throughout the summer, when you get stinging nettles everywhere and they're overrunning the yard, just go around and trim them up short, nice and small with scissors. I really should get myself some marigolds for this, but I just haven't. I'm always stinging myself. Trim them up, and then you just need to give like a pinch worth in your feed. Once a day, you don't need to do it all the time, so it lasts quite a long time. And it's free. Okay, another top tip, which is technically free once you've bought the plant, but the plant's about £5, and that's mint. Now ours looks very sorry for itself because we are coming to the end of the year, so mint dies off, you cut it back completely, and then it will just shoot through again every year. It's just so versatile, it's brilliant. So we grow mint. So this tyre, I don't know, 4 weeks ago was massive. Mint spreads like you've never seen. So what I'm getting at is, if you've got fussy eaters that just don't always want to eat all their dinner, mint is amazing. So again, you just pick it off. You can feed it directly like this. Some horses prefer it when it's like 2 or 3 days old, a little bit drier. It smells amazing. That's another thing. When we leave to go home, we wash our hands and then we rub our hands in the mint to make our hands smell nice. But yeah, it grows on the yard. It does spread, so you do need to put it in like a tub, or we have it in the tyre, but that's just another amazing thing to have on the yard for your fussy eaters. Now we are in completely the wrong time of year for it, but do a photo. Sticky weed grows sort of spring, summertime. It's incredible, and it's also a natural detox plant. So if your horse has had to go on bute for any reason and it's finished its course of bute, or it's finished its course of antibiotics, anything like that, sticky weed, either just feed as a treat or pop in the feed bowl, and it's a natural detox plant. It's also really, really tasty. They absolutely love it. I just give it once a week or so because it grows all over our yard. So I just sort of pick 2 or 3 vines of it and feed it as a bit of a treat. Again, I apologise for the poor lighting, but we are in the hay barn. It's also my rug room. Haylage. The other reason why Dublin gets fat, and that is because with her asthma, the vet told me I need to stop feeding soaked hay because she still had an asthma attack on it, which was a nightmare. I thought she had choke. So I called the emergency vet. Of course, it was on a Sunday. And he came out and basically was like, no, she's having an asthma attack. Scariest moment of my life. So we went through what we were feeding her, and he said, no, stop feeding the soaked hay. She has to go onto the haylage. It also sends her loopy. But anyway, haylage. I don't weigh her nets. I kind of gauge how much grass is out in the field, how long she's going to be coming in. Is she in for a bit longer? Is she not in for as long? But she, in the winter, comes in overnight, gets a net, and then out in the field I'll give her like a generous armful. But that's because we're quite good with our grass here. And if the weather is really rubbish, she's not out for very long. She'll go out for sort of like 4 hours before she starts climbing the gate to come back in. So again, she'd come in with a little bit of haylage and then go to bed with her bigger net. In the summer, she lives out. We have a lot of grass. She puts a lot of weight on. So we don't really use it. She'll get what I call an I love you handful. So she gets a breakfast in the summer. So she'll get a feed and then she'll stay out. And then at night time, when I come up to do checks and change rugs or fly sprays and stuff, I'll give her like the I love you quantity. So basically I would turn up at the field with only this. It just makes her feel like she's being fed something, but she really doesn't need it. So the bale here on the floor, I've pulled it out because it got quite wet. The only thing about haylage is it doesn't last forever, so that last sort of pile got a little bit icky, so I've just started going through it to throw it away. But that's because she does not really need any of it at all. If I bring her into rider, I'll give her, again, like an I love you, just to line her tummy and give her enough. But that's pretty much all she has. Now, Madam's been here the whole time making noise because she's just come in. She just had a little bit of haylage because I'm going to go for a ride. So yes, I hope that was helpful. I hope that it's just interesting because I know people get a little bit nosy about what everyone feeds. I know I love seeing what everyone else feeds and what they do. So yes, we're going to go for a ride now. Thank you guys for watching, and we'll see you next time. Bye.